What is going on, guys? Rizz here, and today I have some important news on the new Spider-Man 3 movie that's coming out. There's some crazy rumors and theories that are going around, some of them evolving around Miles Morales potentially being in the movie, other ones such as Alfred Molina appearing in it. So you would remember him from the original Spider-Man 2 where he played Doc Ock, so you got him potentially coming back maybe as a villain. We don't know if he's going to play that role, but that came from Zendaya, who plays one of the characters in the new Spider-Mans, hinting at that by commenting on him and his role. We also have some news about the Venom relating to Spider-Man, and potentially if that could happen or not. So I'll start with the Miles Morales stuff. So we've had some new set photos that were released, and basically what we could see, we saw something that hinted towards the game. We saw the Feast logo. So this actually relates to the logo of the organization and is a homeless shelter and soup kitchen in the comics, set up by the villainous Mr. Negative. So that relates to the Spider-Man Miles Morales games if you played it, and that makes fans, a certain query like, are we in the universe that Miles Morales is in? How that's going to work, I don't know. Maybe Spider-Man's going to do some time traveling like Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. But I can't really see that happening. Another which relates is May Parker, Peter Parker's auntie, actually volunteers at the Feast organization. Although we haven't got much character development into her and we haven't seen much about her in the MCU Spider-Mans, this kind of makes it a little bit like, it might not happen, because they haven't explored this. But it also is potential that they could explore this in the next one. They might change a certain story script or something that allows for this to happen, or maybe it's just a trick to get viewers talking about it like I am here today. But with these latest movies, they love cameos and they love incorporating everything together. Another thing is with the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse events in the comics, they actually had something where the three Spider-Mans, including Miles Morales, so that makes four, sorry, from each universe all came together and saw each other. So that's where the reports, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield could both be in this movie, and also why wouldn't they include Miles Morales as well? So this could be definitely potential that Miles Morales could be returning to the Spider-Man movie that is coming out. Now onto the Alfred Molina speculation that he could be in Spider-Man 3. Zendaya made comments on him, which made people kind of speculate, is Doc Ock returning? Why would Zendaya talk about this? ... It was also reported in December that Molina was involved in the Spider-Man 3 movie. And just building on top of that Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse theories, this builds on top of it and makes us really think that what happens in Spider-Man the Spider-Verse in the comics is actually going to come to life in the new MCU Spider-Mans. And I think it's a really good idea, and it actually gives them a lot more topics to talk about, and they can kind of shoot these movies to the moon. Like Tom Holland's Spider-Mans, the other ones just have trilogies. This one could potentially just make like 6 movies. I know movies kind of get stale, like Fast and Furious and stuff like that, but it is definitely a potential to happen. Also, as speaking about before, Tobey Maguire is actually confirmed to be in this movie. We also have Charlie Cox, who is rumoured to be in this as his role as Daredevil in this film. So we're going to have a Daredevil cameo in this. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange is also going to be in this film, as he's taken the role of mentorship over Peter Parker since the unfortunate passing of Tony Stark in the Avengers Endgame film. This obviously could have been different if they chose to go with the alternate ending in Avengers Endgame, but as they went with the one they went with, Doctor Strange has now taken over the mentorship of Peter Parker. Also, Elizabeth Olsen teased that she may be in Spider-Man 3, but she said that if everyone is in it. So I think that includes all the actors that I've talked about today, which is quite a lot of actors and a lot of cameos. So if these actors all come into this movie is going to be one of the highest grossing MCU movies. And now talking about the Venom, whether that's going to happen or not, because as we know in the original Spider-Man, we have obviously the Venomized Spider-Man. which everyone loves. I personally do. I think it's such a cool character. But unfortunately, I think that this will not happen. It's not involved in the Marvel Cinematic Universe one, and I'm going to let you know why that won't happen. So I don't know if you guys have seen the Morbius trailer, but this may confuse everyone because as we've seen that, we actually understand that Spider-Man and Venom are in the same universe, which makes us think, so why wouldn't they put in a Venomized Spider-Man? Like, that is one of the coolest things that people like. Has such high potential to make a great movie, and it's just a sick character overall. But so essentially why this wouldn't work is because Eddie's Venom character, played by Tom Hardy, is kind of the hero character now. It's not a villain character that Venom is meant to be. Like, Tom Hardy's character Eddie was the good guy. He was a good body for the symbiote, and he kind of made him the hero character and killed off the more powerful Venom character in that movie. Whereas in the original Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire, obviously Venom was the bad guy. He was trying to corrupt Spider-Man. So this wouldn't really work because the symbiote has to actually leave Eddie's body and go into Spider-Man. But also this doesn't really mix with the Spider-Man up to now and Peter Parker's story. You know, he's just been crushed. He's actually fighting with the public. The public eye thinks he's the bad guy now because of the news reports that were posted about him. So essentially, the Venom and Peter Parker stories aren't lining up at the moment. Maybe in the future, but I can't really see that happening. Also, in the comics, Spider-Man was Venom's first host. So obviously now he's already taken over Eddie's body. Taking over Spider-Man now would make him just a latter host that he's taken over, so it wouldn't really mix with the comics anyway. It'd be kind of a new adaptation of the story, and it doesn't really go with the original Venom character. I think it would just, if Venom and Spider-Man did crossover again, he would be a more powerful hero character, but I don't think people want to see that. People, if they want to see Venom and Spider-Man crossover, they want to see Venom as the bad guy. And I think Spider-Man is already powerful. You see his suit. He's probably powerful enough to already fight off Venom. And he's probably strong enough to be stronger than the symbiote itself. So kind of in that terms, it wouldn't really make sense for them to make a crossover movie. Something that would make sense, however, is not a Venomized Spider-Man character, but in fact, Venom and Spider-Man teaming up. Kind of like the Avengers team, like the two characters making their own sort of Avengers team. This could be kind of like what I'm expecting Godzilla and King Kong to be like. Enemies at first who join together and actually fight villains. So it's kind of going away from the original Venom concept and going more towards a hero team. Kind of cliche-ish. But, you know, that's kind of the only thing that I'd expect them to go down if a Venom collaboration with Spider-Man was to happen. But honestly, I think they're really good in their own rights, just as their own solo movies. The first Venom did insanely well. I'm expecting the second one to be really good as well. And obviously the Spider-Man series is flourishing, especially with Tom Holland. Everyone loves him. He may be the favourite Spider-Man now. He might take over Tobey Maguire in the future, even though Tobey Maguire's one was a walking meme and that kind of made it what it is today. But yeah. That's the news and updates on the Spider-Man 3 film today. I'll be giving you guys more updates on this film and many others in the Marvel Universe, and many more, all TV series and stuff that's coming out. So be sure to like and subscribe if you want to stay updated with more news. Cheers, guys.